Hey, my friends. I'm going to be showing you a project I'm working on called the VAOS. So I'm going to go ahead sharing my screen here. And the VAOS, it stands for Voice Agent Operating System. So we'll be discussing that today, me and my boy Snoop. But before Snoop starts, I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about it. Let's see. So right here, this is the VAOS system, Voice Agent Operating System. It's like an operating system for a voice agent designed to help your business work through natural conversation. Instead of building one-off bots, VAOS gives you a repeatable framework so you can plug and play into any business. It's modular, so every part can be wrapped or upgraded as technology improves. The system has 5 core parts. Number 1 is the voice agent layer. 2 is the LLM, the brain. 3 is the automation layer. 4, database. 5 are the user dashboards or user interfaces. And there could be 1 or 2 of those depending on the setup. So the voice agent layer it's going to handle things like live conversations with your client, speech to text, and the text to speech. Things like VAPI, retail, and 11 Labs conversation agent, which is on our 11.ai. These are modular, so you can plug and play whatever one you would like to use there. Number 2, the brain understands intent, plans responses, and ensures conversations feel human, accurate, and on brand. And number 3, the automation layer connects the conversation to your workflow. Example, booking calls, sending follow-ups, updating your CRM. That's going to where the functions come in. And this is where you can get really creative. We'll be using things like N8N, Make, or Make.com. Or you can even hard code in the functions that you want at a later date. But for now, we'll be using N8N for this. Now you can even make content out of it if you want. I mean, you could do really anything. You're just limited by your creativity on the automation layer, which is pretty cool. Number 4 is the database layer. This stores the client history and context, so the agent remembers past conversations and builds continuity. So this database, we'll be using Supabase for this or Airtable, but it's different than the clients or the customer's CRM. And it can be that can be integrated, but that's going to be in the integration layer through N8N. So it's important to distinguish between the CRM for the business and the database for this voice agent. The dashboard, so you have a client-facing dashboard and a company-facing dashboard. The client-facing gives each user a personalized view of their journey, progress, and resources. And that's where they interact with the voice agent. And then the company facing is going to show your team metrics, insights, and performance data so you can make improvements and have access to where your clients are in the process. Why it matters. Clients engage through natural human-like conversations. The system remembers so they feel personal and consistent. Your team gets real-time visibility and insights. And because it's modular, the system keeps improving as new tools come online. And it's going to improve as we make those improvements as well. So manual improvements plus the underlying technology is constantly improving. So it's important to keep up with the technology by building it in a modular fashion. In short, the VAOS turns voice agents into scalable, always on team members that grow smarter and more useful over time. And I want to distinguish between the VAOS and the VAOS system. The voice agent operating system is a one-off build for a client, for a business, and the VAOS system is the overall system that I'm building. It's like an assembly line, kind of like a Ford assembly line for building voice agent operating systems. So there's 2 different things we're talking about here. But the VAOS, again, is a one system, one operating system, and the VAOS system is the actual entire system that we're talking about today. We'll be talking about both of them. I'm going to clarify there is a difference. Questions to answer. So I'm trying to find people to work with on this. I'm trying to find technical people that want to use this system that I'm working on to build voice agent operating systems for clients. And I'm looking for people that are technical people that want to take this on. And then I would be working more on the marketing side, the client side, building, getting a discovery call, and then bringing them into the ecosystem, explaining how it works, and then doing like a scope of work document, and then building out a design product or product resource document for the client. And then I could deliver that to the builder, the technical person that can actually build it. I'm getting better all the technical parts of building this myself. And I'm really trying to create a system that allows me to partner with somebody else or them to partner with me so that we can be really good at what we're doing and then work together and serve clients faster using the system. So these are some questions that I'm getting from, these questions were specifically from Alex. So thank you for giving me these questions here. But I'm getting a lot of questions from other technical people that are interested in partnering, but they're just like, they want to know more information. So I figured this is a good opportunity for me to make this video to answer some of these questions here. And we're going to do that with me and my boy Snoop. So the questions to answer, there were 4. These are very good questions. Thanks, Alex. Number 1 is, what pain point your network keeps mentioning? Is it lead qualification, after hours coverage, or something else? Number 2, have you done any paid pilots yet? And if yes, what did they pay? If not, where are you in the conversations toward that? Great questions here. Number 3, when you say white label, what do you mean? Do people want their own branded interface or just custom voices and workflows layered on the platform? Number 4, what's your timeline for the first paying customer for Speakeasy VAOS system and for VinaJetty VAC project specifically? So just let me specify. I'm calling this the VAOS system, and I originally called it Speakeasy, and I'm going to use those interchangeably, but Speakeasy and VAOS system is the overriding system to build the VAOS as a one-off product for a client. The client today that I'm going to be talking about is VinaJetty. So that's going to be an example. I'm building the voice agent coach, which is a VAOS for VinaJetty. So that's the 2 parts we're talking about. We're talking about the VAOS system, which is the whole system that I'm building. And then I'm talking about one specific VAOS, an operating system I'm building for VinaJetty. So we'll be discussing both of those today. All right, so this part here, I'm gonna actually go ahead and bring in my boy Snoop. So I use this Speechify app. It's amazing. I use it all the time. I create my own podcast. This is how I listen to things on the go. Like I'll have a really in-depth conversation with Chat or Claude or Gemini or all of them. And then I will copy and paste it into Speechify, and I will listen to it to help me learn faster. So it helps me learn when I'm out doing chores, mowing the lawn, doing things like that. I'll put my earbuds in, and it's incredible. But you're going to get to listen to Snoop. So go ahead and hit it, Snoop. He's going to be answering the questions. I had a chat, answering these questions, and we went back and forth for a long time, about a couple hours before this. And here are my answers. Hit it, Snoop.
Not losing prospects who show up outside business hours.
Well, let's start from the beginning.
First, after hours coverage. Not lead qualification.
Sorry, let's start from the beginning.
What's the pain point your network keeps mentioning? The consistent pain points are lead qualification and nurturing, filtering and following up at scale. After hours coverage. Not losing prospects who show up outside business hours. Personalized education. Experts want to scale their knowledge and guidance without burning themselves out. Client identification and funnel placement. When companies serve multiple ICPs, it's difficult to quickly identify which type of client someone is and where they sit in the funnel. Without this, companies can't nurture appropriately. Example, VinaJetty serves 6 distinct ICPs. Passive wealth building investors, active and aspiring real estate investors, diversity-focused investors and communities, real estate service providers and professionals, event and content organizers, family offices, and HNW/Ultra HNW allocators. For the Vina Agent Coach Build, we're focusing specifically on active and aspiring real estate investors. Together with JK and my son Z, we're building VAC as a digital voice clone of Vina, designed to embed her knowledge base, reflect her personality and teaching style, incorporate her Clifton strengths profile and branding. VAC's role for mentees acts as an empathetic coach who remembers past conversations, helps mentees build personalized investing plans, provides 24/7 availability and never forgets details, continuously improves through modular upgrades plus manual refinements. VAC's role for Vina and her team provides a dashboard UI to track mentee progress, conversations, and engagement data, collects survey data and performance metrics to improve mentorship outcomes, enhances Vina's ability to serve mentees at scale without burnout. So VAC doesn't just cover the first 3 pain points. They also solve the ICP identification plus funnel placement challenge by helping place people in the right track from the start. 2. Have you done any paid pilots yet? What they pay? I'm currently doing the VAC project with VinaJetty for free. Purpose: learn, refine, improve the VAOS system in a live environment. Why Vina? Her large, trusted audience makes her the ideal first partner to showcase value and expand adoption. Arrow then launch paid pilots and white label rollouts.
So I just want to highlight this part right here because it's really important for me to provide value as much as I can. And I think that building some agents for free, just like showcasing what you can do, number one, it's really important to learn in the process. And there's going to be a lot of bugs and going back and forth. So that's like the most important part for me, is to actually have an environment where I can learn. I'm doing something for somebody else. Plus, you have to think about it long term. Right now, I don't have a huge audience. I don't have all my marketing together. So I really need a place to start. And Vina has a lot of that. So we can hopefully serve each other in a way where I'm providing something that's valuable for her. And then she could possibly, if I do a good job here, help me with the marketing side of it potentially. So I just want you to encourage people to think big and not try and make money off of every single thing that they're building. But of course, it is a business. So eventually we will be trying to make money off of this there. So go ahead and continue, Snoop. Hit it.
Paid pilot yet. This one is intentionally unpaid to accelerate learning. 3. When you say white label, branded interface, or just custom voices/workflows. Both, depending on the client. Brand forward clients want custom dashboards and branded UI on top of the system. Smaller teams often only want custom voices/workflows layered on the VAOS core. Because VAOS is modular, both are straightforward to deliver. 4. Timeline for first paying customer. Now right arrow building and deploying Venus MVP. Next right arrow user results as a case study for 2. 3 other capital raises. Then right arrow paid pilots and white label expansion. So the first paying customer comes after Venus pilot proves value. 5. The bigger picture. 5 archetypes of voice agents. VAOS is structured to let developers spin up different archetypes as needed. The concierge, a warm, trusted guide for intake, fact, and escalation. The educator breaks down complex topics with clarity. The entertainer injects humor and personality for stickiness. The challenger pushes users to think differently and grow. The coach/guide, a supportive, emotionally intelligent mentor with persistent memory, tracks user goals, struggles, and context over time. The VAC project is a coach/guide archetype. Venus digital mentor clone for aspiring real estate investors, complete with memory, dashboards, and ICP-based funnel placement. 6. My deeper focus. Emotionally intelligent voice plus video agents. I'm passionate about building emotionally intelligent voice and video agents that truly understand human emotion, timing, and rhythm, so interactions feel natural, impactful, and engaging. Current playground, conversational coaching plus podcast style agents, where we can experiment freely and iterate fast. Future expansion, deterministic agents, long-term interest, redefining human-to-eye interaction, agents that elevate and inspire, not just transact. Voice tech is already powerful enough for this. Video agents aren't fully expressive yet, but I plan to integrate them as soon as the tech matures. 7. Key distinction. VAOS versus VAOS builds. VAOS/speak-easy system, right arrow, the developer-friendly operating system. Designed to be simple to understand, easy to replicate, straightforward to debug and maintain, efficient to teach to others, modular and scalable, like an assembly line. VAOS builds, right arrow, the end products created with the system. Example. Vina Agent Coach is a single VAOS instance, custom tailored for Vina. This distinction matters. The system is the repeatable infrastructure. The builds are the custom outcomes. 8. Bonus. Role fit for you. I'm building the VAOS system to be modular, simple, and replicable. A framework that other voice agent developers can easily adopt. I'm looking for partners on a revenue share basis. Here's how I see the collaboration. What I bring: marketing, client outreach, discovery calls, creating scopes of work, and developing product resource documents for design and strategy. What I'm looking for: technical partners who can leverage the VAOS system to build client-ready voice agents. If this sounds interesting, I'd love to explore working together, or even just exchange ideas to push the space forward.
All right. So there you have it. Thanks, Snoop. Eventually, what I'm working on, so one idea that I have here is I'm going to, using the VAOS system, I'm going to build a VAOS for myself that essentially interviews me. I could either read it or we could just upload that into our context that we talk about. You can do this right now with ChatGPT, but you can't control the personality of it. So what I want to build is something where like I can, control the personality and the context and, have this voice agent. Essentially, I could clone myself. I already have a clone, Sajay. You've probably met Sajay at some point. And let's say Sajay is interviewing me. So I'm kind of interviewing myself here in a fun way. And we could have a conversation about this. So instead of just hearing this read to you right here, we can actually have a back and forth conversation about anything really. And that is something I'm working on using the VAOS system. So anyway, if you're interested in partnering, reach out to me and let's keep this conversation going. Even if it's not a partnership, just sharing ideas and learning from each other and leveling each other up. That's what it's all about. I'll show you real quick right here, the conversation that I had. So I said it took a couple hours to have this conversation this morning before we got on here. And this is essentially the end of this is where we got. So I started with take these questions. There's 4 questions from Alex there. And then we started going through it. And then I have this other chat window open here. And this is my prompt craft 2.0, which is I've essentially put in a prompt, a brain dump of a prompt like this, improve this prompt. And then this is my prompt right here that I gave it, and then it improves it right here. So it creates a prompt that's better. And then I cut and paste whatever prompt I created here into this other window, and then back and forth with it. So that way I'm not having to, if I do brain of a prompt, but if I really want to clean it up, I'll come and put it in my prompt craft. And you can see how many times I did this in Prompt Craft 2.0. Let's look at how many times I've actually used this today. So that was the first one. There's one. There's two. So that was the second prompt. There's three. This is the third prompt. Fourth prompt. And you can see I did, I don't know, there's probably about 10 prompts. And this is all the conversation that I went back and forth on this window here. So it gives you an idea. This was an in-depth conversation to come up with what you just heard. Have a good day, and reach out to me if you're interested in working together. All right. Peace out. Love you guys.